Sick Day Jitters by Julie Danneberg, illustrated by Judy Love. Miss Hartwell woke up sick, very sick. Stuffy nose, scratchy throat, achy bones sick. Too sick to go to work sick. She called in to request a substitute teacher and then went right back to sleep. Homework Hub. Teacher, Mrs. Hartwell. Dear Mrs. Hartwell, sorry you were sick, but I figured you should know that things are not going well around here. The substitute teacher never came. Mrs. Burton said we would have to improvise. Don't worry, I will keep you posted. Eddie. P.S. My mom makes me stay in bed when I'm sick. I hope your mom is nicer. Dear Mrs. Hartwell, Miss Martinez came in to get us started today. Instead of making us do our morning jobs, she put on some very loud music and had us exercise. She said it was a good way to wake up our brains. After that, I think Eddie's and Andrea's brains were a little too awake. Zoe. Dear Mrs. Hartwell, Mr. Johnson taught reading, but he should really stick to math. He read our book all wrong. We wanted him to use different voices for different characters like you do. He tried, but he didn't sound like Junie B. Jones. He sounded like a growling frog. It was a little bit scary. Daniel. P.S. When I have a sore throat, popsicles make me feel better. Purple popsicles work the best. Dear Mrs. H., we joined Miss Winter's class for morning recess. She isn't very good at basketball. You should help her when you get back. Dante. Dear Mrs. H., Muck Stanley taught our writing workshop. We did a little bit of writing and a lot of cutting and pasting. Olivia. P.S. I miss you lots. There are too many new people and new things happening. Dear Mrs. Hartwell, yay! We had pizza for lunch. Then I remembered that it's your favorite lunch. Don't worry, we saved some for you. I put it in your desk drawer for when you come back. Sergio. P.S. Hopefully tomorrow? Dear Mrs. Hartwell, Nurse Marcus knows all about science. He said that since you were sick, we should learn about germs. We did an experiment with a special lotion to show how germs spread. The lotion was invisible, like germs, but we could see it by shining a special flashlight. When we were done, our room was a glowy mess. Maria. P.S. Wash your hands before you come back to school. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Mrs. Hartwell, we had to watch a documentary about penguins with the big kids during social studies. It was kind of scary being in the room with all those huge fifth graders. Eddie pretended to be a penguin the rest of the day. It was annoying. Andy. Mrs. H., I am tired. It has been a long day. Mr. Gordon came in for the last half hour and taught us a clean-up song that he wrote just for us. He told us to sing it every afternoon before we go home. Amir. P.S. Don't worry, we will teach it to you when you get back. You can sing it when you clean off your desk. It got a little messy today. Dear Sarah Jane, your class missed you today, but don't worry, the staff stepped in to take your place. Mrs. Burton. P.S. Although we all know you're irreplaceable. Dear class, thank you for your many updates throughout the day. Aren't we lucky to have so many talented people in our school? I am feeling much better and I know exactly what we are going to do tomorrow. Mrs. H. Thank you notes.